83. Let's see.
I'll be on Fantasy Grounds just a minute. I had to do a hard reboot.
That's fine. Fantasy Grounds did like a pretty nice update too, so. Give us another one. We did that one. Mm-hmm. 98. Ooh, top of the list. Okay, okay. Alright, question is... What advice would your character give to a younger version of themselves? Or, or just, fuck it, kid. You don't get any freebies.
No, Grotus is just keep on doing what you're doing, brother. Live Moss. Live every day to the extreme. Mountain Dew Code Red.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Love bigger, smoke more, talk more, attempt death. Keep trucking, big guy.
Order the new $5 quesarito box at your local Taco Bell.
Get the gas station boner pills, all of them at the same time. Do you live your truth? Spread your wings.
Horny goat weed pills in the sketchy metal box at the truck stop gas station. Oh, jeez. Nice. Wonderful. All right, Bras Hunker.
It makes me feel weird saying this, but like Honker is an adult being, like I view them as like having, they came into existence like 6 years ago, so there's not a lot to tell. Um, maybe don't pick up that clown nose. It was dangerous. Or embrace the nose sooner. One of the two.
Embrace the nose. All right.
I don't have any great answer. I think Braz is still trying to figure so much out.
We're still just a kid, man.
I'm just a
Why are you
little
asking us these deep questions?
I don't know. I think she's still just got like her life is still just such a hot fucking mess. She's a dumpster fire. Like she doesn't know what the hell she's doing half the time.
Oh, that's great.
So I guess her advice would be figure it the hell out.
You figured it out faster, so I already have it figured out. God damn it!
Get your life together, you dumb bitch.
Okay. So, here's our lovely little map of the area. Oh, that's right. Grotus is rebooting. That's right.
I got Fantasy Grounds updating, and you're right. It's a big one.
Yeah. Yeah. That's okay. So, does anybody remember what the heck we were doing like 2 months ago?
Look, I commit to you to being a better player, okay? I have a space and I can focus, and I'm not like incredibly depressed anymore. But the answer to that question is no, sir. I did not.
I
do not remember.
We did our show, didn't we?
We did.
Oh, we did. Yes, that was
a very animal based.
Mm-hmm.
And if I remember correctly, it was very successful.
It was. It was indeed. We had our show in Caston Lee because we had gone. We went to the Life Fruit Stone. We got shit sorted out with the orb and whatever this main plot story that's going on is. It's no big deal. Whatever. The real business is the clowns. So save the world. Whatever. We got shit to do. We got noses to honk. So yeah, we sorted out the tower. We had our show in Caston Lee. Things were good. Everything in that little chunk of the Swordlands seems pretty well resolved for the moment, but there's still one main town in the Swordlands that you were asked to go and visit and do a show in. That would be Turpin Row, which, as you can see on the map here, is a little off to kind of the southeast of Caston Lee. So we got a little bit of a hike to get over there. And then, of course, we have, the other ongoing stuff. We have whatever the business going on up at, with Opera Vandy, this weird haunting business and people dying. We haven't figured that out. We've got some kind of new strangeness we ran into on the road to Caston Lee, which is, somebody murdering people and extracting pieces of their brain, which seems.
That was me.
Yeah, I think that was one time that
What?
you weren't here quick when that happened. They were on the road to Caston Lee. There was like a dead satyr that they came across, and
Okay.
in the process of examining that and like how it died, it looked like it had been stabbed a bunch with like a dagger, and then what like really did the job in is that it seemed like there was some sort of rod that had been forcefully jammed up its nose.
Okay, that's the best way you could have ended that sentence, thank God.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And you guys communicated with the dead with it, and got some more details from the ghost of this satyr, and got info that there was some sort of like underdark creature, a Darrow, who had done this to him. And yeah, extracted a part of his brain, evidently. For what purpose, we have no fucking clue. But that happened.
I totally forgot that part.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, there's that. So, whoever did that is at large. Opera Vandy's still tormented by whatever the fuck is going on there, and people are dying for no reason all over the Swordlands. And, the dinosaurs are trying to take over the world, so things are fine. but yeah, so that's where we are. Packing up after the show in Caston Lee.
Guys, I think the worst part of these shows is packing up. It always makes me kind of sad to leave one of these towns.
Oh,
There's just so much more money we could have gotten from them.
Oh, before we leave, I gotta hit the farmer's market. They got some freaking baller vegetables here.
They do, especially the apples. This place is very known for the apples. You guys did your show in like a clearing surrounded by like apple orchards, and so it was very sweet smelling and wonderful.
I think Braz has like gotten into like canning and pickling because she can't eat all these vegetables up. So if you go into her and Maz's like caravan thing, one side's all Maz's rocks and the other side is just jars and cans of vegetables and jams and shit.
That's great. All right, yeah, you can certainly head over.
Grotus awakens, rising from a pool of water, fully erect. What I miss?
As you do.
Comes back.
It's not creepy when you do it.
No, it just like it's like, yeah, that 100% tracks. Like that is how Grotus would get up.
If you haven't seen him for a couple in-game like weeks, then like, oh right, he's back. Okay.
They're back.
They must have been off on a bender.
Vision Quest.
Yeah, Vision Quest. Right. Mm-hmm. So yeah, you head down to the market, and there's of course plenty of local farmers here vending their various apple variants and things like that. Let's see here. So you head down and find a pretty nice looking stall that looks have a very delicious looking spread of apples, and this kind of somewhat kind of middle-aged gentleman behind the stall kind of calls out to you and says, Come, try our new Zestar apples. They have the zest of the stars. They're delicious. And he like cuts a little piece off and hands it over to you.
Oh my
I
god.
am one such a zesty man. Give me the apple.
He
That's so good.
carves off a chunk for you as well. So you taste this apple that he has there, and it has a very kind of crispy and light flavor to it, like a bit of a sweet tang with accents of brown sugar. It's a very interesting apple, and you're quite taken by its flavor. And he kind of holds up he's got like a little kind of bushel basket of, like a couple dozen of them or something that are all in there. And he's like, 1 silver for a whole basket?
Got yourself a deal, Zestman.
How big are these baskets?
The basket has, you would kind of estimate about like probably 2 dozen apples in there.
Oh, sweet. I'd like 3 baskets, please.
All right. He is overjoyed at the purchase request here and hefts a couple of baskets of these off of his cart. Kind of hands them over to you all and takes your coin. Feel free to take those 3 silver out of whoever's pocket that's coming out of. And you have a whole fuckload of apples.
All right, we need some cabbage and whatever other fantastic things we can get here. I ain't leaving here without a shit ton of fruits and vegetables.
All right. So
Need sausages for the apples.
they do pair well with walnuts, cinnamon, and cheddar cheeses.
Fantastic. Grotus, let's get some cheese.
That is a real breed of apple from Minnesota. I have had them. They are quite good.
Okay, without having to play this all out, Browse buys a bunch of fucking produce.
You got it. Also, I didn't realize this until recently when I saw it in a post. I guess Honeycrisp apples are also from Minnesota. We do a lot of apple like horticultural breeding here at like the University of
Really?
Minnesota. There are a lot of like popular apple brands that are from here, or apple breeds that were developed here at our horticultural stuff. But yeah, Zestars are one from here. Can't remember
Oh,
if there's
you
one.
didn't mess up on that. We're in 2024. Brand and breed, they're the same thing.
I mean, yeah, pretty much.
I guess I definitely would not have guessed that about Minnesota, though.
Yeah, there's a lot. Like what is it here? Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Like 22 varieties from the University of Minnesota, including, honey golds and honey crisps, kudos, Zestar, sweet tangos. Yeah, I've had a few of these ones that they've like when they were earlier on in development. I can't remember which one was the more recent one, but there was like a newer one I remember they had at the store recently. But yeah, they do some interesting stuff. All right, so we got a whole lot of produce. So getting to Turpin Row, just do a little finger measuring here. So we have 5, 10. Okay, it's like 15-ish miles to Turpin Row. It's about 10-ish miles to Coshacks, and then another 5, 6-ish miles from there to Turpin Row from Castonley. So it'll probably take, like a day or two worth of. So let me double check. What is the average like travel distance by walking in a day? Okay, yeah, so yeah, maybe like a day-ish, it seems. That's not too bad. It was like average. Humans can walk about 42 miles in an average day, accounting for breaks for food and 8 hours of rest. Interesting. Well, there you go.
Okay.
So, once we get everything packed up and we got our whole, Maz and Braz's little cart just bursting at the seams with produce and nothing else, we pull out of Castonley and head down the road to Koshak's. So, once again, this road is kind of a farm track road. Like, the only, actual, good road was the one between, Carrick and Matt and Cleve and whatnot up there along the coast. But the roads from Carrick down to the Castonley and between here and Koshak's and Turpin Row are, they're worn down, obviously. We got farmers that travel on them quite a bit. Pumpkin, can't have you sitting there on my stuff. Thank you. Yeah, still a little bit of a bumpy road to go. And after about, probably a good chunk of the day, probably mid-afternoon, you guys pull into Koshak's, which is another pretty small town, kind of comparable to, Matt and Cleve itself, which was, no, sorry, not Matt and Cleve. Matt and Cleve was bigger than this. Koshak's only has about 200 people that live in it. And so it's mainly kind of a central crossroads point for a lot of the farmers in the area here. There's a scattering of houses and barns and silos that are kind of close together around the road here. And of course, you got a tavern, of course, for things like that. But otherwise, it's, clearly just kind of a gathering point for things to move along the roads to other parts of the town. You see kind of these wide fields of barley and millet around the area, and they're kind of waving in the breeze. And you can see off to kind of the southeast of town quite a ways, in the direction of Turpin Row, the kind of thickness of the forest that is down that direction, kind of thick with trees, where the fields end. Do we do anything in Koshak's?
And this is where we're camping for the night.
No, you could still keep going to Turpin Row, but we're just passing through Koshak's. So if there's anything we want to do in Koshak's or ask around or anything
Any
before
weirdos? Any weirdos about?
Let's see.
Or sad people. Hunker's kind of looking around as we're passing through, looking to drum up business.
Sure. No particular weirdos aside from your usual kind of country folk. But you could certainly ask around for any rumors or the goings on as you're passing through. And if you do so, it'd be a diplomacy check.
Yeah, me and my entourage will do, we're doing the little show and everything. Hold on, I'll beat that roll. We're doing the little show with the entourage and kind of telling jokes and trying to do our best. So that'll give me a bonus because it's the entourage.
Yeah, I'm just kind of being like, hey, we're passing through. We're going to go do another show here in Turpin Row. Come see us, Damn.
Holy shit.
Well, you definitely get some info there. Go ahead and roll me a d6. Hello, Riz.
Jeez.
Oh, we got 6.
Yep. Well, here, you can put those in the fridge. Oh, and you can probably set Pumpkin's food back on the ground if it's over on your desk. One second here. Riz just got home.
Get to work, Riz.
No, you can get
That's what I heard.
A 5. Let's see. Oh, thank you. I forgot that was still up there from when I grabbed pizza from the guys. So, you're chatting up some folks in Koshak's here. And they're like, "Oh, you're visitors for town. You never been to Coshacks before?"
Hot damn fantasy. We're on
No, sir, not that I can remember. Doesn't mean we haven't been here.
Well, did you know that the reason it's called Coshacks is because it used to be called Cow Shacks because we got all the cows around here, but
Moo!
that kind of boo. So it got shortened down over time to Coshacks, but that's just some funny local trivia for you. But uh, one of the other things you probably would see in the area is there's an old forest tower that's northeast of Turpin Row, but no one goes there. It's cursed. If you look too closely at the light of it, you turn into a monster, people say. Folks at the distillery probably know the best way there, though, if you want to check it out, but I wouldn't advise it.
You wouldn't advise me to go in the distillery either, buddy.
Do you think it would make me into a real boy?
Well, I don't rightly know,
Mermaids
but
are the real monsters.
If they got good shit at the distillery, we'll make you into a real man boy.
well, there
I
you
want to
go.
be a man boy.
And you shall.
Perhaps, but
Well, thank you, Koshek, man. Your people feeling safe, feeling good? Got room for a show? Got room for smiles? Got money for that shit?
roll me a diplomacy check on you there, Grotus.
What a lovely way to. Are you poor or not?
19. Okay.
No, it ain't bad.
Let me say, well, the Stump Festival is here in Turpin Row at the moment. It's a week-long festival of drink and food and good cheer, and local loggers that compete in events of strength and skill for prizes to impress people. More than one couple gets hitched at the festival every year. Dingo Dre is the solid favorite to win the top stumper prize.
Top stumper, you're having a lumberjack off? Is what you're saying?
Yeah, he got like feats of athleticism with like climbing up logs and tossing log, anything you want to do with logs. I mean, Turpin Row is primarily a logging town, but they have the distillery too, that makes pretty good money for the town. But primarily logging of the old forest. So a lot of their festival is all kind of focused around the trees.
I'm made of trees.
Well, then you might fit just right in. Might feel quite at home amongst all that wood.
Maybe we can find a family for me, Grotus.
I thought Brodus was your dad.
Oh, you're like muted or something. I don't hear you. Yeah.
No, I just hear so many people calling him daddy that's why I call Grotus daddy.
Yeah.
Honker's a blessed child. He has 1,000 mommies.
Ah, beautiful.
Test.
Hey, there we
Can
go.
you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, awesome.
We get you. Cool. Oh, let me ask you real quick, Maz.
Yeah?
What advice would you
Mm.
give to a younger version of yourself?
Steal more things.
Gotcha.
Like,
Have a dragon horde.
Oh, good news, we do.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
A horde of produce, but still.
Hey, that's food?
And
And
that
that
means
means that we don't have to spend my dragon horde on food.
Yeah, see, you have all your rocks on your side of our little caravan thing, and my side is all my vegetables and fruit, and I've gotten really into canning.
Awesome. Can you make me some candied pickled jalapenos so spicy that it burns my booty hole?
You know I will, sister.
Yes.
Oh, man. All right.
Good at this, and we can sell fucking pickles at our shows.
There we go.
I'm going to attempt to make a discreet inquiry among the people of the town. Discreet
Okay.
inquiry being a feat.
Okay.
Where I can like mask what I'm really trying to look into. What I'm really trying to look into is dirt, weaknesses, flaws in the main competition of the Lumberjack Fest. Because I'm going to come to town and just fuck it, and then that's going to like drive. All right, that's going to drive anticipation for our show.
Oh, there.
Okay.
Or
So
maybe I'll like at least be the heel of the show and create a narrative where people want to see me get hurt at our show.
gotcha. So you're asking a little bit about this, and specifically kind of about this Dingo Dre character that they mentioned. That is the favorite for to win some of these competitions. So let's see, 29. All right. So they tell you one, if you're looking for interest in like feats of danger and stuff like that, that is something the folks around here are very much into. Like when it comes to their entertainment, like especially at the Stump Festival or perhaps at the circus show when you do one here, um, they like the potential for injury. That's exciting. Um, so doing things that are have potential for danger gets them hyped. As for Dingo Dre, they say that he is a particularly attractive, red-haired lumberjack fellow, and always has so many of the local gals fawning over him, but he has yet to settle down with with one. But yeah, he is well versed at all things lumberjack, like shimmying up trees, axe tossing, all sorts of things like that, um, all with ease and kind of a showmanship that just makes people fall for him. Um, so he's who to look out for.
Yeah, no one chops like Gaston, no one hops like Gaston.
Pretty much, yeah. Kind of a Gaston character almost, it seems.
He's got to sleep sometime.
He's got to sleep. But yeah, that's what you get out of him about that.
I just had a thought of multi-classing into rogue somehow, and like the entourage being like this little assassin crew that like pops up over the side of your bed really slowly with knives.
They are creepy enough.
But if you multi-classed into rogue, what would be your main weapon? I need to know.
It would be a set of like juggling pins that you could twist the tops and pull them apart into like the top of it comes off into like a dagger is on the inside.
So like one of those stealth canes, but a juggling pin.
Right,
Yes.
right.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Oh, that's great.
All right, I changed my mind. I want you to do this. I don't care how creepy the entourage gets.
You have to just accept that the entourage is going to be creepy no matter what.
That is a fair point.
I just don't really want to be around them that much, especially if they're creepier. But now I really need this whole hidden dagger and a juggling pin thing to happen. It's like I'm 100% committed now. I need to see this.
Hunker accidentally uses the danger pins in his act.
Well, see, if the dagger is like hidden in a pin, part of the pin that comes off, you could like give someone the old one too, because you could like hold on to like the dagger handle and be like, huh, and the bottom part of the pin comes off and conks them in the face, and then you chuck the dagger half, so they get both. Just conk.
Wait, the bottom part of the pin like opens up like a flower opening, right?
Oh my
And
gosh.
inside is a spring-loaded fist that punches them. Okay, Honker is gonna work on this. This is
We can workshop this. We can workshop this.
Yeah, I need to.
So it's a
That's what I-
medieval pear torture device mixed with a stealth cane disguised as a juggling pin.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So here's what I need somebody to do with this right now. Either we have it right now, or we just use some of the hatchets around this lumber town. We're gonna jump. When's the lumberjack off? By the way, that's the only thing. That's the only way Grotus. That's the way that Grotus is like speaking about it to the townspeople. Like, I'm gonna be the best. I'm gonna be the top of the lumberjack off. I'm gonna be the lumberjack off king.
I'm gonna jack off better
You've
than
never seen a
anyone has ever jacked off.
You have never seen a lumberjack jack lumber off as much as this lumberjack's off lumber. All right, this jack will do it. So I'm a jack of all trades that I lumber, and I'm gonna win. So I need somebody to throw axes and shit at me real quick. I'm gonna use my deflect arrows feat to be. It gives me a +4 circumstance bonus to the triggering attack as long as I'm aware that I'm about to get something thrown at me.
Moz can throw them.
All right.
What do I have to roll?
Yeah, so +4 circumstance bonus to AC against the triggering attack. If the attack misses, you have deflected it. You cannot use this feat to deflect it. Usually massive ranged projectiles, like I did with Dending Babawa project. Yeah, anyway. Jumping over a boulder. +4 circumstance to deflect whatever incoming ranged attack. And I guess, yeah, pass them out to some of the people.
Throwing is just usually like a dex related thing, right?
Yeah, or like actually, we should start carnival barking for like the best lumberjacks in town, the best axe throwers. You there? You look strong. You want to impress your lady? Here, have an axe. Throw it at the clown.
Oh, okay. We're just having random ass fucking people chuck them at you. Okay.
This is drumming up excitement.
All right. All right. All right.
Maz will carry around a bucket of hatchets and pass them out.
Throw a hatchet at the weird carny guy. You can't hit him.
All right. All right. All right. So yeah, there's a couple people in the crowd that kind of enjoy this idea and
Wait, are we charging per hatchet?
Ooh.
Yes, we are. We're gonna charge 1 silver piece a hatchet. Just to create some barrier to entry.
this whole town of 200 people just like
yeah, I don't know if I can take 200 ranges.
All right. So you managed to get enough interest for maybe 2 of these folks. I mean, they are farm folk. Like a silver is a decent bit of a change, but a couple of them were like, okay, yeah, they like it for the sport, and decide to give it a go. Let me just roll.
Make sure we get like a bunch of people watching. It's got to be real showy. We got to make Mr. Redhead Ginger Tree Climber feel like a little dick.
Yeah. Well, he's down in Turpin Row, so we're still in Koshak, so we're still getting some kind of excitement around the circus.
Oh, he's a Turpin Row guy.
Yeah. This is in Turpin Row is where the festival is and where he is and where all the login stuff is.
That's why we're doing this here, because then the children will run ahead of our caravan and they'll tell people in Turpin Row about our feats before we even arrive. I'm certain of it.
Oh, that's right. So we're gonna do like our WWE style call out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, you got to get the red carpet rolled out along this farm
get
track.
everybody's attention. Then I'm gonna talk major shit about the guy that everybody just built up. That's my plan.
Yeah, and then when we roll into Turpin Row, we got like a Prince Ali, is he? And everybody's like, oh shit.
We're rolling there like fucking Gorgeous George.
Hey,
and they're gonna be booing me.
I can make that.
I assume that we've had a long rest since whenever we were in a battle, because I still have 25 wounds on me.
Yeah, I took my wounds off as soon as I
let me go ahead and do
and
that.
I'm about to get hit.
Let's see. Let me see. Overnight.
So as we're preparing, just preparing to do this, very quick sidetrack. 2 things. Anybody mind if I take some of the stuff out of the party sheet? And I
I
see.
mean,
Fine.
I think if there's stuff that you want, go ahead.
Yeah.
It's all
And then
materials, all
two,
you are.
there's a magical rune stone and a magical scroll that need identified,
Okay.
and I'm happy to like. I mean, I can sit down and roll to identify them or whatever.
Yeah, sure. Let me get the party sheet open here and take a look at what you're looking at.
Quite a bit of stuff in
Before I
there.
roll to identify them, I'll put on the ring of wizardry in the party sheet, which gives me a bonus to that.
Okay.
And a bunch of extra spell slots, it looks like. I don't know if anybody else is finding themselves low on spell slots. Let me know, and I don't want to take this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm out. I have 0.
Yeah,
I barely use magic.
Yeah. you're
that's
you're
kind of how I
mostly the
saw it.
spells.
Yeah.
Everyone else is hitting things.
Most of my spells are cantrips, so.
Yeah. But yeah, Hunker, go ahead and roll for that, and we'll see what we get here.
I argue that I dance as I do it, and it's a performance check.
Why not?
I'm pretty sure at this point Moog will just let you do anything.
Rolled Arcana, not performance.
Yeah,
I mean that's still fine. That Arcana is still fine. So let's see for the rune stone. Let's ID this here. This flat piece of hardstone is specially prepared for etching a magical fundamental rune or property rune. You can etch only one rune upon a stone. Once a stone is etched, it gains the magical school trait of the rune etched upon it. When a rune is transferred from the runestone to another object, the runestone cracks and is destroyed. Okay, so what?
Oh,
What
it's
is...
an axiomatic rune.
Yeah. So let me see what axiomatic. Remember what that is? Axiomatic rune.
Oh, can't fuck with that. That's a lawful weapon. And then it makes it so that if you hit chaotic creatures, instead of rolling, when you critically hit a chaotic creature, instead of rolling, count each weapon die as average damage rounded up. Nice.
Okay.
That's neat for a lawful dweeb.
Are any of us lawful in this party?
I don't know. I'm not.
I don't think.
This might technically be lawful neutral.
Yeah.
This might be something for you, because if you're chaotic, you're enfeebled too while carrying or wielding a weapon with that rune.
Yeah, Grotus will decline. He's not going to risk it. He doesn't really. The fact that he doesn't know for sure is too much.
Yeah, that's if you don't know if you're lawful, you're probably not.
I'm lawful to something. No one knows what the fuck it is.
Yeah, there you go. All right, and go ahead and roll for the identify on the other. What was it? The scroll? Yeah, the scroll. Nice. Scroll of Cone of Cold, which can cast the listed 5th level spell, Cone of Cold. Nice. Let me see. What is this? Spells. Where did they hide that now? Spells. There it is.
That whip of compliance might be useful for one of the goblins, maybe.
Grotus takes the whip of compliance and immediately throws it in nearest fire. Is anathema.
What does that
That's
do?
a 3,000 gold point whip. I think I'd jump into the fire after that.
Okay, so let's see. So Cone of Cold does obviously a cone of damage and does 12d6 cold damage to creatures in the area. Nice.
Nice.
And then see the Whip of Compliance. What we got here? Until the end of your turn, any animals you strike with the whip must attempt a will save. Let's see.
Seems like maybe something you would use, Maz.
What?
This whip.
It's a whip of compliance.
I think I planned on taking that, but I can never figure out how to move things into my sheet.
Oh,
you go to your inventory tab and then you drag it and drop it. Like you clicked a little button for it, but instead of just letting go, you drag and drop it.
Yeah. Just click and drag across.
Okay.
Yeah. Nice. Cool beans.
It's
Are
still
they?
snow in here.
There is. I mean, and we can, if there's stuff that we just want to like sell, obviously we can. Because there is some of the stuff that is kind of just stuff to sell. Like I think that with the Chryso barrel there is just a nice rock. Yeah, it's just a gem.
Golden frames.
Yeah, some of this stuff is just sellable.
Yeah, I think if it's just sellable stuff, we should.
Okay, here let me look through here. So I see the Chryso barrel is what 95 GP. All right, so let's sell that. And let's see, the golden frames 20 GP. Let's see, the moonstone. Oh, the moonstone diadem. That was a kind of a quest item thing. Savior spike. Oh, that's right. That was the thing that attaches to like a chest piece. So if you get knocked off of a thing, you can like have it shoot a grappling hook out of your chest.
Yeah.
Yeah, like stop you from falling maybe once.
Yeah. Let's see. The steel flask is just a flask to sell. Let's see.
There's
Well,
an antidote moderate in there if anybody wants it. I have like 4 or 5 already.
bonus, yeah,
Or
bonus to
enough
fortitude
fire.
throws against poisons on that one. And I don't know if anybody uses shields, because the force shield is...
I don't.
I don't. I stand in the back and throw shit.
Yeah. It does... So holding it protects you from harm and gives you like a bubble of force around you. But yeah, I don't know if any of us really are shieldy people.
Poor fucking
I
cut.
hide and cry.
See the shit.
Alright, let's see.
Yeah, I
actually-
don't want anything else in there. I grabbed a ton of shit out of there.
Alright,
There's
so,
nothing I want.
yeah, so,
I mean, there's the Aeon Stone, right? There's that.
50.
Yeah, I don't want it, but
Okay.
I mean, I'm happy to take the Aeon Stone just because I think they hover around you when you use them.
They do, yes.
We
They
do have one of those necklaces though, like an amulet that like gives you the effect, but it's not orbiting you as long as you're wearing the necklace. It's less conspicuous.
Yeah, someone's wearing one of those.
Someone's wearing, yeah. One of us has got one of those that has like, I forget what it does. The clear one is like you don't need to eat or drink.
Yeah. Yeah, this one, yeah, the clear one is you don't need to eat or drink while the stone is invested on you.
And you can cast air bubble, so you can avoid poison gas.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that is kind of useful.
I'm looking through my magic items. I've got so much bullshit that I should be using.
Well, why aren't you?
Okay, I have the tourmaline sphere. I think I'm wearing the other Aeon Stone.
That is one of the other ones, yeah.
It does. When you would die from the dying condition, typically at dying 4, this Aeon Stone automatically activates, reduces your dying value to 1, less than would normally kill you.
Okay.
Grotus is comfortable like passing this around. He'll carry it for now, just because like he's always putting himself in the most likely to die position. Like just as a
I don't
natural.
care that it's scraps. You can't have it.
But yeah, if anyone else feels like they would rather not die more than I would rather be in deadly situations, then you can have it.
You
I
are
want to die.
not us, though.
I'm not sure Honker can die.
That's all
They will
yours.
most likely outlive us all.
All Honker ever wants is the ability to die.
Honker craves death, needs it even, but that's not in the cards for them.
You know, this is a really great segue now that Riz is here. For the thing that I need to show you.
Oh, okay.
So what this is here, it started here in Minneapolis, and it's gotten like a lot bigger since then. There is a little animation show here that is like every time they do one, it has like a theme, and their whole idea of it is just make shit, and we like it doesn't matter if it's absolute fucking garbage, like just make the shit, make shit, and
Make art.
yeah, just make shit art, and it doesn't matter. And so over the years that they've done it, they've had a bunch of these episodes of it that are all various themes, and they're all just like weird experimental animation garbage. It's wonderful. So the one that they had going on, that the submissions for it just closed earlier this month, and the showing for it is in the middle of October, is like an RPG themed one. And so they kind of set up this whole little world where like they have like a couple of areas of this world, and they wanted the shorts to be like set in one of the three areas, but whatever the fuck happens, like it can be whatever the fuck you want, just vaguely RPG related. And so I decided to, since I had time, since I was laid off, to animate one of the clips that I have from this campaign. And so the one I decided to animate was a clip of Honker talking about how his final sacrifice Jack in the Box looks. So let me just pull this up here, and I'll share it. I'll share the screen here in the call so you can all see it. Share screen one. It's like 50 seconds long. So if you should see it all. It's live in the Discord call. You should be able to like click on it and watch stream.
Yeah, if you just hover over Moog's name and say watch stream, it'll bring you in.
Yep.
Okay, I see a skeleton thing.
Okay, everybody in there?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Tell us how that looks, Honker. How does your Fey Jack in the Box going off look?
I imagine it's pretty horrid because the Jack in the Box is a real Fae, and the final sacrifice thing doesn't require willingness.
Oh.
So it's probably like this Fae like doing its little music, and then the music just like goes more and more off tune while like it's trying to scream, but it's a music box, it can't scream, and then just boom.
All right.
I imagine when it explodes, it's like that, like when you blow a kazoo, like, and then it's like confetti, but the confetti is pain.
Tell us how that looks, Honker. How does your...
That's brilliant.
So there you go.
That was fantastic.
Good. I love it.
Brightens my life. I love it.
I still think my favorite little moment is that one.
He's just cool.
Oh. So yeah.
Dark violence magic. Awesome.
Oh.
So yeah, so that's what I submitted to that. So that'll be in the animation show.
My favorite part was the jump scare hands. When you
The jump scare hands and the bind them at the end. Yeah.
Except it's pain.
Oh boy. So yeah, now you know.
Wonderful.
That's fucking glorious.
Here, let me put that in there. Let's see, where is it at?
My life is like noticeably, markedly better because that exists in the world.
Oh right, I think I'll have to once I get it on my YouTube channel up there, I'll put the link in there so you have it. But yeah, so yeah. Immortalized forever. Wonderful. So let's see, what were we doing? Oh yeah, we were identified a whole bunch of shit. Oh yeah, we were throwing axes at Grotus, that's right. Okay. So Grotus, you said you have some kind of bonus or whatever because you know you're having stuff thrown at you, yeah?
Yeah, it's a +4 circumstance bonus on top of my whatever squeaky clean AC.
Gotcha.
You want to turn off your stream, DM.
Oh,
No,
you're not.
no, he doesn't.
You're not seeing too much more information.
I mean, we wouldn't eventually.
Yeah, that's true. Voodoo.
I'm the type that like I won't be able to help myself, so
Well,
that's why I don't watch your stream when I'm.
that's fair. I mean, you can't really see much more on my stream anyway because it's all
No.
behind the. All you can see is the map. So
Hey,
Yeah.
map can give away shit.
that's fair. Although we usually just kind of turn on all the map lights anyways because they get funky. So.
Map lights piss me off.
Alrighty. Let's see. What do we want to do for rolls on those? Let's see. Probably. Let's see. Let me look. Let's see. Does anybody have like a throne thing? What is the usual? I mean, obviously it'd be a little less because they're not as high a level as you guys, but.
So my effective AC in this circumstance would be 34.
34. Okay, I think I can pretty safely say average random farm person, even like unless they roll a nat 20, are not going to break that AC. But we'll give them the old college try just in case. So, first dude steps up here, kind of lines up his eye. All right, so with his bonus, probably be like a 5th.
No.
Oh, hi, Coco. One of those is mine. Give me the bread.
There was only 2.
Yeah, I only got 2.
Coco senses whenever one of my characters is in danger in any game, will intervene.
Right. All right. So he rolls like a 15, which definitely does not hit. But yeah, it flies across, and you're kind of definitely doing your little taunting dance or whatever it is you're doing there on the stage.
It's Mr. Magoo routine, yeah.
The Mr. Magoo routine, right? Okay. And this axe, pretty safely flies past you, hitting the kind of board set up behind you, and everybody's like, ah, But applause. The other guy who decided to take a try at this steps up, and he kind of winds up his arm a bit. He's kind of loosening up his shoulder.
-6 penalty at least to do the worm,
Okay.
bringing my effective AC down to 28.
Well, he rolls a 1.
Son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch. So he even after all the limbering up of the shoulders and everything, chucks it, and it kind of flies and thunks into like this little impromptu like crate stage itself, as you're doing the worm across the top of it. Once again, applause and cheers from the crowd here, and you get up unscathed from your antics here. But the people seem, they liked this. They liked the danger aspect of it, and they are intrigued. They are excited, and perhaps when you do a show in the future here, some folks want to show up to come check it out.
And then he's going to get up and grab one of the axes out of the air. The last slow one, wide, slow, bad axe, hatchet. Grab it, hold it as if it were a microphone or something, and then call out Dingo Dunedin as some weak sauce poser who doesn't know what the fuck is coming to Turpin Row. That motherfucker couldn't cut balsa wood with a chainsaw, much less a real axe with a real tree with a big boy axe. And I'm going to embarrass him in front of everybody and take his girl. We're coming to town. It's the Celestial Menagerie. I'm Grotus Rankle, and this is my heel turn. Drop the hatchet.
Damn. The people are riled up. This is exciting. We got rivalries. Woo.
I love when there's rivalry out of somebody you just literally learned existed.
Right?
Heard he existed, decided I wanted to kick his ass in front of everyone. That's just 1 + 1. It just happened.
No, I think it's beautiful, and you know what? You should keep doing that shit because it's great.
Excellent. Excellent. All right. So, with that wrapped up here, we've kind of pretty much all there was to do here in Koshak. So, we continue down the road to Turpin.
Yes.
Okie dokie. All right. So, we spend the rest of the day here. We did get a little sidetracked there in Koshak. So, it's into the evening, kind of after dark, once we get, or after kind of sunset, once we get to Turpin here. So, Turpin Row is pretty much kind of right up against this forest, the Immenwood, here in the southeast of the Swordlands. And you can see, like, coming into town, like, just kind of looking out, kind of beyond the town further to the southeast of here. The logging activity, you can see a lot of, like, cut down trees, stumps and whatnot, and, the forest, it seems, used to be a lot closer to the town, but, over time that has been pushed back a ways. It appears Turpin Row itself is pretty decently sized town, several thousand people, like some of these other towns that you visited. But the logging industry still seems to be going along pretty well. And as you come into town, people are just there's not too many people out this time of night. People are you got people at the taverns, probably drinking the evening away after a hard day's work. But otherwise, with the time that it is, by the time that you get here, things are kind of closing down. So we could certainly set up camp kind of outside of town for now. We can go poke around in the taverns here, see what we can find out for now. You already did hear about this, distillery supposedly that's off to the southeast that has more information about the forest tower, but who knows if there's anybody there at this hour. What do we think of them?
Well, we got to get back on the main mission, I guess. So see if we can scrounge up some information on the forest tower.
Okay. All right, so
Hello, Brodus.
Sure. So go ahead and do some diplomacy information checks as we're asking around. You get into town, you kind of poke around the tavern here, ask some of the local folks that are winding down their day. Things are going nice. Okay. Nice. All right. Both of you roll me d6s.
I'm doing it by, like, we're riding around in my little cart and, like, honking and doing a little mini circus show with my entourage.
Okay. It's kind of entertaining the end of the night drunks. Yep. Okay.
Yep.
Yep. All right. So you're providing a little entertainment here in the street to the folks outside, and kind of asking around what things are going on. Let's see. Grotus, you're chatting up a fellow here, and they say, well, Turpin Row is primarily a logging town, but it's secondary industry, and the source of the town's original name is distilling terp spirits from the local tree resin. It's used in paints and liniment. There's a distillery in the woods a few miles outside of town, but people have been seeing shambling things in the woods recently, usually at night. Whatever they aren't human, and they smell fucking awful. It's not a good idea to go wandering under the trees these days. It's a good thing you got into town when you did, before it got too much darker. Some of the loggers, usually based further out, feel safer here in town. Good thing it's the Stump Festival.
Yeah, good thing indeed.
Dun dun dun.
Besides the shambling horrors, what else has been off about the old forest tower lately?
Oh, well, I haven't been up there myself, but people say it's cursed, so I don't really have any interest in going up there.
Anything you might have heard about people just kind of dying for no reason after having maybe some bad dreams, seemingly, but just healthy people dropping out.
Roll me another diplomacy on that one, Herodotus. See if you pry it out of this guy. Ooh, nice. All right, so this guy takes another swig of his mug of God knows what, and says, kind of looks around, says, "Commissioner's been hushing it up. There's some folks who've been dying hard around town within the last month. 2 people, Harper Fye and Miss Landra at the Stump and Chow. They died in their sleep. They both were fit as fiddles the day before. Some bloody business at hand here for sure."
Would sorry, out of character, would you mind putting those proper nouns in the chat?
I sure can. Harper Fye, Miss Landra.
Though it is always fun finding out from the image files that we eventually get to see how wrong I was with my spelling of these names usually.
All right. As for
They
you,
spell things weird and have weird names. It's never just like Steve.
yeah, no, nobody's ever just Bob. Well, I think we had a, didn't we have like a Bob or something in Waterdeep? I feel like we did. Wasn't that like?
It was like
Wasn't it the chicken shop guy?
it
wasn't Bob, but it was
similar.
similar. And so we just called him Bob.
Yeah, it was like
Bill
I think it was
Copper,
I think it was like the imp that ran like the chicken nugget shop that was actually like cockatrice nuggets. But yeah, I think it's
Wasn't it like Bobbery?
no, it
or
was Honest
something?
Bob. It was Honest Bob.
Oh,
Yeah, it was Honest Bob. He was that imp in the sewers who farmed the cockatrices for the chicken nuggets.
speak for yourself. Zyara didn't have any. That's why she was the only one not affected.
Jinku ate so many of those.
Everybody ate so many of them.
Yeah, everybody ate a lot.
Oh, I ate more than anybody though.
Except for Zai, because she was like, no, I don't eat meat.
All right. So Honker, for your diplomacy there, so you're kind of doing your little car routine here, and chat up with someone out here by the side of the road, and they mention that none of the distillery folk have come into town for the Stump Festival, which is strange. Normally it shuts down for a few days for the festival so its workers can join the celebrations, but they haven't showed up.
Wait, what? No competition? The fuck you say?
I don't know if we can make that much booze fast enough, but we can try. Goblins gotta know how to make hooch, right, Crotus?
I don't know if they can make it good enough. We need rot gut, not butt gut.
Oh.
All
Best
right.
I can
Well,
find.
I wonder if I can use the hole where I normally put my entourage to make belly hooch.
Oh man.
Okay. So there's definitely some craziness going on at the distillery.
Things to look into. And that seems to be the extent of the info that you guys get out of here. Some people have died. Something's up at the distillery. Weirdness in the
Probably all
woods.
dead.
So, I guess we do that, then the forest tower, then blow the roof off this town, then spank and shame the lumberjack guy at the lumberjack off.
Solve all the problems, win all the hearts, save the world, as a circus does.
Indeed.
Just like we were meant to do.
Healing the world with comedy.
Maybe.
And a lot of knives and bludgeoning damage and just awful, awful crimes against spirituality.
Hmm. Hmm.
And pain.
That all falls under comedy, probably. All right, so we get a decent bit of threads to pull on from the good folk of Turpin Row this evening. Where you guys head back out to the camp. You guys just kind of pulled up on the north side of town here and just decided to kind of park the carts and call it good. Seems like it might be a better idea to be on this north side of town than the south side, since that's closer to the woods, where weird shit is supposedly. So
Yeah.
so you take your rest. You have a nice evening here. You know, rest up. Things are fine and normal. And the morning breaks here in Turpin Row, and people are coming out and about doing their daily stuff. You know, there's some folks working out in the edge of the trees there, doing some preparations for the Stump Festival. Things are getting set up, so kind of a bit of a buzz in the town since that is going on. You do see there's kind of in kind of the central part of town, you see they're kind of setting up what looks to be sort of the center of things here. They got like a little stage set up. They got you know, some kind of food stalls and other things going around. You can see some little kind of feats of strength things being set up around here, and all throughout it you see a let's see here. Where is it? Where's the page? There is a kind of stern-looking dwarf who seems to be kind of directing a lot of this. You know, people are coming up to him and like asking questions, and he's kind of directing things. He's currently kind of, you see him standing over by this kind of central stage here, kind of directing some folks as they, you know, nail a few things together and get things set up.
So we'll go. We need to probably see if he can register Grotus.
Yeah. All right. So you make your way over to this dwarf who's directing things. You kind of call out to him to kind of get his attention, and he doesn't really notice you the first time. He keeps kind of directing these other townsfolk here. They're in the middle of building stuff. He doesn't really seem to have taken notice of you here.
Hello there.
Go over to him.
All right.
Hello.
So you call out a little bit louder to him here, and he kind of stops for a moment. He still has like his hands up in the air as he's kind of directing these folks, and he looks at you over one of his shoulders, and it's like, "Oh, hello. New in town, are you? Here for the Stump Festival? Don't think I've seen you around here before."
Yeah, my friend here says he wants to jack off with you.
All right. So this dwarf, like, the dwarf's face is just like completely unfazed. I mean, when you deal in the logging business, you've heard so many wood jokes that it's just par for the course at this point. Like that's normal. Yeah. The amount of wood
like,
this guy has jacked, like.
I'm like Honker's giggling, you know, as this guy's got a like stone face.
Yeah, he's just like looking at you like,
yeah.
I jack more lumber than most men do before 9 in the morning.
yeah, exactly. It's the expression of like, you know, the cashier scanning something at the grocery store, it doesn't scan, and you're like, I guess it's free then.
Right.
And they're just like,
Oh, look at that.
kill me.
Yep.
I'd love to tell you I've never heard that at Costco, but I have.
God, of course. So he kind of looks at you for a moment. There's like kind of an awkward almost just pregnant silence for a moment after you say this, Cronus, and he just kind of stares at you. And then he, after a moment, he's like, I see. I am, he kind of lowers one of his hands in your direction. He says, Commissioner Eichener of the Yalborough Consortium. We, kind of run things around here in Turpin Row. Are you just in here for the festival? He kind of looks you up and down in like your garb and stuff and says, you seem a little fancily dressed. Entertainment?
That's because we are the festival, my good man. We are the House of Wayward Wonders. We are whipping up a whole storm of wondering around here. And we're going to win the Stumptown Festival and all that other stuff.
In the middle of this, he kind of raises a finger at you and just kind of holds it on. He's like, hold on. Hold it right there. The Stump Festival is a very important institution for the city and its coffers. And I appreciate the entertainment that you would be able to provide, but I cannot have this running right now concurrently with the Stump Festival. Otherwise, this would kind of make things a bit of a problem for the city. If you're able to postpone any entertainment you plan to do until after the Stump Festival is completed, that would be much more amicable for the consortium and for the city of Turpin Row. But in the meantime, you of course are welcome to enjoy the Stump Festival here, but I'm afraid I cannot allow you to set up shop and do your whatever it is you do while the Stump Festival is in progress.
Oh yeah, that's the plan. We're gonna get everybody excited about winning the Stump Festival. Then they're gonna come see our show after the festival's over. That's the thing. I'm sorry that wasn't.
Ah, I see. Well, if you're not planning to compete with Stump Festival, then I guess that should be fine. But for now, please just consider yourselves visitors and tourists to the town. Enjoy the festival, and otherwise, until then, please do not set up or run any sort of entertainment things to detract from what we have going on here in the town. Thank you very much.
Can I enter the jack off competition too? I'm made of wood. I think I can jack off pretty good.
Thing what's made of wood knows it better than any man ever could.
I pull out my wood wax, which was in my inventory prior to tonight. This is great. And then I start waxing.
You see just like the very faintest little like eyebrow like itch on the corner of this dwarf's face in the midst of all of this. He says, well, once things get underway, there of course will be the usual competitions here at the festival proper here in the center of town, so you're welcome to come and enjoy and participate in the competitions if you so desire.
I can't wait.
Nice.
Win these competitions so hard.
Yeah, Braz walked away a while ago because she was laughing so hard she was falling over.
We can't wait to come back. We'll see you in a little while.
So, how long until the games start?
They probably should be beginning in the next day or so. So in terms of the things that you are seeing around being set up here in the center of town, you see that they are setting up tree trunks upright for like a climbing competition. There is a stream that kind of runs past town here where they appear to be setting up stuff for like a log float competition. It's like one of those ones where, you know, there's two people like standing on a log and then they get the log spinning in the water and see who stays on it the longest, that kind of thing. So these are both being set up around here in town for that. Let's see. You know, and of course there is like some axe throwing type competitions. You see some kind of targets being set up out of like bales of hay and kind of targets being kind of crudely painted onto the side of them, like hay and wood. Like they have a bale of hay and they put like some wood up on it and then like painted a target on the wood. Stuff like that. So a variety of things, but it looks like it all should be starting fairly shortly, like either within the day, and then running for a week. It sounds like. So can't quite do a circus show here yet. It seems without pissing off the town leadership. It seems.
That's fine. We need to save the town first so that the more money we'll make when they come.
Indeed.
You'll have to love us. Either way, saving the town will be our greatest hit, even if, the show's a sophomore slump.
Let's see. So, while that's going on there, you do have those couple of names of the deaths that you heard about from the gentleman last night. You can ask around about those, of course. And then, there is the distillery outside of town to go check into that there's supposedly some funny business going on. But yeah.
Good. Yeah, I guess ask around about Harper Fi, Miss Landra.
Okay. Well, Miss Landra seems the easiest one to look into first, since you have a location for her, the Stump and Chow, which appears to be a small kind of restaurant here in town. So you kind of look around. It's a small town, but it's not too big. It doesn't take you too long to find out, and especially after asking around, where to find the Stump and Chow, or just find a place to eat. You find this place out, and step inside and find like a kind of pretty average little kind of diner sort of cafe. It's still in the morning here, and so you got people kind of looking over bowls of porridge and eggs and other things like that. And you see a kind of sad looking kind of older man kind of looks up as you come in. He's like, hello, welcome to the Stump and Chow. Take a seat anywhere and we'll get you served up.
Thank you kindly. What's good around here?
You sit down at one of the little booths here, and he eventually kind of comes over and starts talking about the special series as well. We of course have kind of a simple eggs. We got porridges. We got, of course, flapjacks. Loggers love those. Got all sorts of lovely syrups coming out of the trees here in the forests, things like that. But yeah, what'll it be? And you can see as he's kind of going over this, it seems like he isn't quite as versed in kind of tableside waitressing or waitress manner as you would expect. He kind of seems to be kind of stumbling over it.
Oh,
You short staff, my man? What's going
on? Grotus said we had to come here because someone died and we needed to ask people about it. Do you know about the person that died?
So you kind of bluntly ask this to this gentleman, and he kind of stares at you, and you can kind of see some like tears welling up in his eyes, and he's like, Miss Landra was such a cheery lady. She was here, the waitress at Chump and Chow, for so many years, and everybody loved her. I just don't know. I usually just do the cooking in the back, but I have to come out here and fill in since what happened. It was just a few mornings ago. They found her dead east of town.
How'd she die?
They said that I didn't get to see it, thank goodness. I think I'd be more traumatized. But they said that she had a number of knife wounds, and there were pools of blood that were running out of her nose.
Oh goodness. That sounds terrible. Who said that?
That would have been Commissioner Eichener. He's in charge of the consortium here in town. He's kind of the de facto mayor and sheriff and everything. They kind of run things around here. It's Turban Row is it's a bit of a different sort of town. The town here is kind of a collective company run town. Everything's part of this logging consortium that's based out of Absalom, and so they kind of run most of the things around here. We don't have like a traditional mayor in a sense that you would see in other places. It's kind of appointed by the board of the consortium company.
Oh, we're communists.
Shut the fuck up. We're anarchists.
Leftist infighting. Tale as old as time.
Like Grotus picks him up, throws Honker across her, and Honker bounces off the walls and comes back with a knife. Ah!
You take that back! No child of mine is a communist!
You know, a little piece of shit's gonna be a tanky in my tent.
I imagine this is like a common scene where Grotus like throws Honker. Honker goes like ragdoll, and then when he hits the ground, he does his like whole like scream, and then the entourage comes out. You know, the Matryoshka entourage. Each one has a smaller knife than the next one, and they just turn on him, and it's like this match that's just
The
The
why
last one
why
is just
Grotus
holding a
is so
toothpick.
good at. Yeah, exactly.
A very pointy toothpick. I had a little like glint sound effect when he pulls out. Just
Stumbling around, uncanny, dodging a million little knives.
Yeah, Grotus training.
oh man. But yeah, he kind of gathers himself back together a bit after talking about this. He says, well, let's let me just get back to my work so I don't bother the other cut. Well, what'll it be? What do you want?
What was Miss Landra's favorite?
Well, of course, she always loved the flapjacks. They're everyone's favorite around here, and you can see like there's quite a few people who are enjoying the flapjacks here. They're like the really good like camp flapjacks. They get like the nice kind of like little crispiness to them around like the edges because you got them on like a camp griddle and shit like that. Like oh, it's a good shit.
This would be a funny time to be like, actually, she hated all breakfast foods.
This was just a job to her, okay?
She didn't care.
I'll take some of the flapjacks. Do you know anybody who might have wanted Miss Landra dead by chance, or why she
Oh.
might have been out of town like that, out on the edge of town?
Goodness, no. I mean, Miss Lander was a fine, lovely lady, and was loved by everybody here in town. I mean, it was just barely outside of town, so not really like a strange distance away for anyone to be. But I mean, the circumstances of it are horrible, horrible. Like what even would do that? What happened?
Well, I don't know. I'm gonna do my best to find out, and then if I do, then I'll probably get to murder some people along the way too. I'm kind of excited. Are you excited?
Well, I mean, if by murder you mean take out any of the rumored monsters in the woods, then by all means make us feel a little more safe around here. But at least no more murder of the townsfolk. Goodness.
Oh no, just like if we, whatever did this to Miss Landra deserves, we need, justice for Miss Landra. My little entourage is like, justice.
This poor man.
So
is probably
flapjacks
so horrified right now.
for my table is what we'll take.
And yeah, he kind of resignedly nods, and you see him like just kind of jot this down, and he heads back over behind the counter here and into the kitchen to whip up flapjacks for y'all. So it seems similar circumstances certain satyr we ran into earlier.
Oh, see, I didn't link that because, what with me not being there.
Yeah,
And then nobody telling me about this satyr thing.
I was there and I didn't link that.
that's okay. That's why I'm telling you this now. To link that for you.
Thank God, because we probably never would have got there.
All right. So after a little bit, he comes back out. These steaming plates of flapjacks, they indeed smell wonderful, and the sweetness of the syrup dripping off of them and the butter, like they are a delight. They fill quite nicely. You feel rejuvenated for the day ahead with your delicious breakfast.
I like pretty dark-haired women and breakfast food.
That's a good combo.
It's very nice.
All right, so we got a little bit of info about Miss Landra here. Once we head out of the
Okay.
stump and chow, belly's full.
We can go to the scene of the crime. Is it on the way to the distillery?
Yeah, it would be actually. Yeah, eastern part of town. There's the distillery would be kind of off that direction. There's the kind of trail of sorts out of that side of town that heads down that way towards the distillery.
Double east. Engage. Grotus just starts. Everything's kind of like moving, like it's in a,
All right, so
like in a David Fincher movie.
so you head out of town, and not too far outside of town, you kind of see an area kind of just off of like the trail that looks like it's seen like a lot of activity in terms of like plants are stomped on. There's been a lot of like foot traffic around here, and you go over and examine this area, and you can see just by looking at the ground itself and the dirt, you can see the dirt is kind of stained darker than the area around it. And like this whole area a bit has some of the plants around there, you can see just kind of dried flecks of blood, this kind of deep burgundy red. Whatever, the bodies of these folks, these two gals who were murdered, don't appear to be here anymore. They're, taken away by whoever from the city was looking into this. But yeah.
Leave the bodies there.
Yeah, just
Right.
murdered people. Are just like, oh well, shame. Shame.
Seemed pretty bad. So Grotus is going to use his weirdo senses to find the best place to hide if you were going to jump somebody from this location. Work backwards from there.
Okay, is your weirdo senses a feat?
I guess it would just be perception or
Okay,
investigation. It should be like the source of his ability to things like, yeah, that's where I'd wait if I was going to creep somebody the fuck out. Like that's, yeah. It's got weird carny senses.
If I were a weird serial killer trying to murder women. So you take a look around.
Yeah, that's yeah. I've smoked a lot of weed, listened to a lot of true crime stories at the bar. I think I know what this does.
Yeah. The Absalom True Crime Radio.
Shit gets crazy, man. So, all right, yeah, he's gonna roll.
All right, go ahead.
I guess would be like I'm always getting the investigations out of things. So I'll just do perception.
Yeah, sure. Okay. All right. So you take a look around the area here, and like this area just east of town, it's still fairly open. Like you're in a lot of fields and things. Like you're not to the forest yet. Like the forest is still like probably at least like a mile away, if not more. But from just like investigating the area itself, you don't get the sense that they were like they were like coming through here and then got like jumped. They were like brought here. And like you see you find some like kind of
This
like
is
drag
the
marks
right.
looking around in the area, like like somebody was like dragged here and then stabbed and had stuff jammed up their nostrils um, to death. So kind of like brought out of town to not be in town when it happened.
Oh, so they weren't necessarily walking here.
Yeah, yeah, that's what it seems like. Given like the drag marks and
There's-
stuff like that, it seems like they were in town or something. Whether they were at home or somewhere else. It seems like they might have gotten like dragged out here, captured and taken out here out of town to do the deed. So they weren't in the midst of town while they were getting stabbed and brain biopsied.
Can we trace drag marks back to the scene of the abduction?
Let's see. Give me a. I'd say probably like a survival check for something like that. It's kind of like a tracking almost sort of thing.
Yeah. Ooh, not good at that. I got some kind of thing for skills I'm not trained in.
Okay.
Let me see. Clever improviser.
Okay. What's that do?
You've learned how to handle situations when you're out of your depth. You've gained the untrained improvisation general feat. In addition, you can attempt skills. I have to look at what untrained improvisation does.
Let me see here. I'll look at it as well. Untrained improvisation.
Your proficiency bonus to untrained skill checks is equal to half your level instead of +0. If you're 7th level higher, the bonus increases to your full level instead. This doesn't allow you to use skills, trains, and action.
Interesting. Okay.
Okay. So this survival check is going to be with a bonus of 11, which is my character level.
Yep. Cool. Okay. So go ahead
Adding
and
that modifier here.
sweet. Yeah, go ahead and roll that once you get that up in there.
That's pretty slick.
Yeah, that is. That's real nice. 22. All right. So, you're kind of making your way back along this little trail towards town. And, it's a little difficult to follow it in some spots just because, this is, a farm trail, carts are going along here, things like that. But you aren't able to like pinpoint like an exact place. But it does seem to like pretty solidly, lead into town proper before you kind of lose it amidst the kind of foot traffic.
So we know somebody in this town did this, brought them out here to this second location, and then did this weird shit
Hmm.
to 'em.
Brain shit. The last victim of the brain shit was a satyr, though, a fae.
Yeah. So yeah. So the from the last time that you guys ran into this, so it was the satyr that you guys found. They were along the road. They were in a pool of blood with trauma to their nose, whatever. And then the information that you got from speaking with the dead, with this corpse, and speaking to the spirit of the satyr, was that the thing that did this to them was a darrow. It is a Darklands like creature, kind of like a dark goblin thing.
Do we need to find someone who knows more about Darrows and what they're up to?
Let's see.
Maybe.
Okay, they're like a They're like a corrupted, like halfling gnome type thing.
Weird little guys.
Yeah, weird little guys from like the Darkland, the Underdark of Galarian, basically.
And why are they stabbing brains and shit?
Yeah, I don't know.
Fuck, and we got one loose. We got a weird little guy on the loose, and if he's able to abduct people from the city, we can.
Yeah.
We can.
Yeah.
That
We had asked the satyr if he knew why they targeted him, and he had no idea.
Yeah, I mean, one piece of information to note, just, with it being from the Darklands underneath Galarian, so are the Zolgaths.
Could be in league. Why the Zolgaths want an agent to get them brains? Don't like it.
Indeed.
We should get to that distillery. Well, they still got some brains in their skulls down there.
Sure.
If we find the Darrow, can I try his brain?
Yeah, do whatever you want. In fact, do it as fast as possible. That thing sounds like it hits like a truck. Yeah, we got to take that fucker out. So yeah, do to his brain whatever you want to do to his brain as fast as you want to do it to his brain.
Okay. Me and my
And
entourage immediately circle up and begin whispering.
all the things to do to one organ.
All right.
Cool.
So we heading down the trail toward the distillery then?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you make your way down there. And let's see here. It's like it's a couple of it's like a couple of miles down this trail to get to the distillery. And like partway down it, you kind of get into the woods of the Immenwood itself, proper, which this is like one of the largest forests on the Isle of Kortos. It's a very, very ancient forest that covers a lot of this island. And as you get close to the distillery here, a kind of silence, like the forest seems oddly silent as you're getting close to the distillery here. And it's constructed in the middle of a grove of terebinth trees. And you can see, as you're kind of getting close to the distillery, you can see in the trees that you're passing here where like metal gutters have been driven into the tree trunks to tap the trees and gather the sap into pots that are like hanging off the end of these gutters. You see there's a couple of structures that are standing in this clearing along with a single wagon. There is a large structure that looks to be kind of like some kind of large, warehouse, something of the sort. And then there's a covered shed next to it where you can see, it looks like some tanks and like an oven of sorts, probably for the actual distillation of the terp spirits. And you can see another little covered shelter a little distance away that looks like it has a variety of barrels, probably of already distilled spirits. There's a pungent smell of the distilling chemicals kind of in the air. And give me all of you give me a quick perception check here. Okay. And along with the smell of the distilling chemicals, you also recognize the stench of Zolgath.
Zolgath.
Those bastards. And you see in front of the wagon cart that is like here in front of the distillery, there is the bloody corpse of a horse that is lying dead. It's still attached to the cart, like it's still attached to like the wagon traces, but it's dead. It's on the ground in a pool of blood.
The hell?
Don't be dick to a horse. That's not cool. I mean, horses are dicks, but still, like, give them some slack. All right, we gotta fuck this place up. It's probably already been fucked already. We gotta follow the trail of those who fucked it.
All right. So do you check out this like the cart and the horse or anything out here? Oh, here, there should be a map. There should be a map around here. Let me see. Where is that? Map of distillery. Here we go. Share. Oop. Right click. Share. Record. Distillery. Here we go. Okay, so you're coming in from the east.
Can't see the map.
It is all black.
It is all black. Okay, let me turn the lights off. Oh, they changed how this looked. Fuck. Let me add you guys onto the map. That might help.
There we go.
Yeah, I see stuff.
Okay. There we go. So yeah, you guys are coming in on the western side of the map. There's this cart right in front of you with the dead horse. And then you can see there's this larger building and then the attached kind of shed on the south of it, which is like the distillery itself. And then all these barrels and another shed here just directly south of you. Let's see here. There we go. Okay, cool. So, checking out the cart that's right in front of you guys?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so you head up. Oh, let me unlock that for now. Go on ahead. All right, so you head up to the cart here. Oop. Where is my details there? All right, so you take a look over the horse. You can see that it was very recently killed. It has a number of javelin shafts that are protruding from its flanks. There are also other blood stains and signs of battle on the ground, but no evidence of the combatants. You see in the bed of the wagon itself, there is a single body wrapped tightly in a sheet.
Does anybody want to talk to a dead guy again?
I mean, I don't have the magic to do it, but I would talk to dead people if I could.
Yeah, or you can do you can also do like a medicine check on him if you want to take a look at the body itself.
Or specifically get them to talk back.
Okay. All right, so you're checking. See, so Braz, you clamber up into the cart here and take a look at this wrapped up body. You kind of pull back some of the wrappings on it, and you see this looks to be just kind of an average dude. And from your medicine check, you see that actually with the roll that you had, you see one that he was killed by a narrow metal rod being shoved up into his nose. And with the roll that you did on medicine, you can see from your examination that some portion of his brain was extracted through his nose by this instrument.
Well, he was shish kebabbed.
Brain kebabbed?
Brain kebabbed even, yeah.
Yes.
Like caramba.
So while you are kind of checking out this body here, there is a kind of noise from the bushes to the north of you here, and a number of Zolgaths jump out.
Zolgaths.
Oh, fuckers.
Those fuckers. Those fuckers indeed.
Fuckers. We'll make them pay.
Zolgaths, what a bunch of bastards.
Indeed. All right. So
with rage and in stumbling stance.
So with the where we're at the moment, we're actually gonna call it there right before we get into this action here at the distillery for tonight. Yep. Cliffhanger. Cliffhanger.
It wants to make sure that everybody
I love a
comes
good
back
cliffhanger.
next time.
Keeps us coming
Next
back.
time on Dragon Ball Z.
Although,
Good
good news. I, for the foreseeable future, will always have Fridays off.
Yeah, I was telling them that earlier that you got your schedule changed.
Yeah, I just signed the paperwork, the job transfer paperwork today. So I think
Yeah.
starting next week.
Cool. Yeah, then
Nice.
you'll already be off, so I'll be ready to go here at 6 and won't have to fuck with
Yeah,
our time.
I was a little worried because otherwise my schedule was gonna have me off at 7 every day, pretty much.
Yeah.
So
But-
yeah.
So yeah,
My
But
everything's still good
I'm off
schedule-wise.
every too, so it's nice.
Cool.
But yeah, thanks for
makes
coming. I'm
sense.
glad we could get this going. Hope you all have a good rest of your Friday the 13th. Do some weird spooky shit. Don't murder anyone.
you can't tell us to do weird spooky shit and then say don't murder.
Okay, fine. Do whatever you want. I'm not the government.
Why are you stifling us?
I'm gonna sacrifice these crickets to my frog demons.
Whoa, that's
It's my Friday the 13th ritual.
Nice.
We love that for you. And the frogs.
But yeah, especially now that Riz's schedule's sorted out, and then I'm starting up with my job on the 30th of September, so that'll be all sorted out, and I don't have to be dealing with unemployed bullshit. And Chris got all moved into their house, so we're finally getting all this
And
weird
hopefully
shit.
his bullshit stops.
Yeah, and hopefully stuff stops
Yeah.
being weird with your house, and
get off your bullshit, please.
yeah.
I'm hoping my win was the sign that things are on the up for me.
Yeah, the free new refrigerator, not free, but the
Yeah.
discount new
The
refrigerator.
discounted new refrigerator. Yeah.
45%. Fucking A.
Fuck yeah. Cool beans. So yeah, we will be back on September, or not September, October. Fuck, already. Oh, wait, no, September. September 27th.
It's September 27th.
September 27th, not October yet. September 27th. Sweet.
Right before you start your
Cool.
job.
Right before I start my job. So, cool beans.
Sounds good.
We will see you guys around.
See ya.
Good game, guys. Glad we got back.
All right. For anyone out there watching, thanks for coming. Appreciate it. I don't think I have anybody on right now to throw us at. Let's see. Oh, I guess Missy's on. We'll raid Missy. Missy, Laney, us. Sweet. We'll go say hi to them. Looks like they are doing Lethal Company.
Convenient!
Convenient, because I'm about to go play some Lethal Company with some other friends elsewhere. So, see you around.